welcome to another Daily Digest video. I'm Merriam, and today I'm playing the deck that a lot of people are talking about this week. This is Skred Dragons, a Todd Stevens creation that was taken to the trophy at the Modern Classic last weekend in, where were we? I can't remember. Philadelphia, that was the city. Very removal heavy build here, plenty of sweepers, so hopefully we're playing it's a creature deck. With only one land here, this hand is going to be a mulligan, just not functional. This hand looks fine. We have an early piece of interaction, and then we can play Sarkhan and start filtering towards something and ramping towards this Stormbreath Dragon. So pretty good hand here on 6 cards. Don't think I need another land. The Sarkhan gets me all the way to 5 for the dragon, and the curve stops there. So I'm going to try to find a little bit more interaction here, especially on the draw. I believe, yeah, we are on the draw. Let's see what our opponent is playing. What could it be? It could even be a boat. Are they AFK or have to think about this early sequence? Usually if you're thinking on turn 1, it's how to sequence your lands properly because you're a very color intensive fetch land deck, but that does not appear to be the case. Turn 1 Horizon Canopy suggests green-white company decks, other various company decks like elves, humans, I guess. I would be surprised to see humans not have a 1-drop, though. Well, okay, well, Ziggurat sort of seals it. Thalia will be very good for them here. Yep. It's fine, we'll still be able to bolt on turn 2. But, yeah, now drawing the second bolt means we can't cast both of them. I'm going to pass. Yeah, this is going to keep us off curve. I guess it makes sense. If you keep a hand without a 1-drop, you definitely need to have your strongest 2-drop, which is Thalia. A Mantis Rider here would be also quite strong. But they can't Mantis Rider with a second Horizon Canopy. So we'll see what they elect to do instead. Double Canopy draw should help us turn the corner pretty easily with Stormbreath Dragon too. What do you got? Probably thinking about what 2-drop they want to play here. None of the 3s are going to be particularly good. Or castable, I guess. Or they jam Kessig Malcontents and go on the beatdowns. Whatever they do, they should be attacking this Thalia first, unless they're casting Thalia's Lieutenant. It would not be a very strong play. This is probably a weak keep from our opponent. Usually, most 7s that don't have a 1-drop are mulligans, if not all of them, really. Humans is a deck that relies on getting out ahead of its opponent and staying ahead. I'm actually going to take this too, just to play around a second copy of Thalia. I really want to Sarkhan next turn. And I'm at 20 life. I don't need to be too judicious in protecting my life total given their slow start. What could this be? Meddling Mage. Well, let's Lightning Bolt the Thalia in response. And now they're probably incentivized to name Skred, seeing 2 snow lands and me having already played a Lightning Bolt, which will free up this bolt in my hand. But we'll see. Maybe they could name Blood Moon too, because that's sort of a block you out of the game next turn kind of card. Those are the 2 I'm expecting. One of them. So that's what they were thinking about, is what to name with this Meddling Mage. Although they are still in the tank, it appears. Unless they have the Soul Reed, this should not be affecting us in any appreciable way. I guess I'm a little weary of playing Sarkin now. That there's the potential of them playing Mantis Rider next turn with a drawing another land. It would have to be one of the 11 remaining 5-color lands. Canopy and Plains don't do it, and Seacrum Coast won't enter the battlefield untapped. So they'd have to be holding Mantis Rider and have hit an 11-outer. They do name Blood Moon. Okay, well, I'm definitely Sarkening. I am, however, not going to discard anything, because ideally next turn I'll be able to play Stormbreath Dragon plus Lightning Bolt. So let's plus and not discard. Also, if they do manage to kill this Sarkin, I really want this 4th land to get to Dragon. And if they kill Sarkin, it is almost assuredly going to be with Mantis Rider, which this Lightning Bolt will answer. But without Mantis Rider or double Thalia's Lieutenant here, our opponent is going to be in a lot of trouble. Stormbreath Dragon is really difficult for the humans' decks to deal with. They don't have any real answer to it. Maybe a Dismember in the sideboard. They can't really attack through it. Most of their creatures are white. It is a real pain. And we have both copies that are in this deck. Right here. Could potentially deal them 15 damage over the next 2 turns by sending the bolt upstairs, playing Dragon, then Dragon, attack for 4, then 8. And that is potentially lethal depending upon how many times they tap Horizon Canopies for mana in the next 2 turns. Wow, 3rd Canopy. Rough. Rough beats. You know, when I played humans, I played 3 Canopy, 3 Seacrum Coast for a reason. Okay. It's a Noble Hierarch. Oh, I guess Noble Hierarch is another way for them to kill the Sarkin. Should have thought of that too. What will this Bentley Mage name? Glorybringer. Yeah, they did attack the Sarkin. So now Hmm. With them at 16 and having 3 canopies in play, I am inclined to just throw this Sarkin away because I have now 5th land for the second Stormbreath and just try to kill them. I mean, even if they went Champion of the Parish, sniff out exactly what I was doing, attack me for 7, then next turn have like 2nd land, 2 more 1-drops somehow. They would attack me for 11. That would be exactly lethal. So and I doubt that's happening. Oh, they can play Kessig Freebooters to block. But this Sarkin isn't really adding a lot of value. I definitely want to attack them. I think I do want to put pressure on them here. -2. And again, like this Sarkin is not doing a whole lot. Unfortunately, the +1 to add 2 mana does not activate the monstrous ability on Stormbreath Dragon. So I'll just send in for 4. Trying to defend this Sarkin is not really something I'm that interested in. And here, if they actually want to kill it, they either have to get Champion up to a 4/4 before they attack, or send all 3 creatures at it. Which is just not a recipe for success. But we'll see. 3 cards in hand. Definitely going to need a good number of freebooters. Okay, well this puts them to lethal with Bolt Stormbreath. Mantis Rider doesn't do it because it's white. And I suspect they are holding a Mantis Rider. Yeah, because that's one of the other best cards. Just makes too much sense, given that they kept a hand without a 1-drop. And now they're just dead. The old turn 5 kill you. I assume they're sending 7 at me and 3 at Sarkin. Oh, okay. They might send both 3/3s at Sarkin if they really want to kill it. To play around a removal spell. Only deal me 4. This doesn't make a lot of sense. They're sending... Oh, they're sending the... Wow. They're sending Mantis Rider and the 2 Meddling Mages. And then Champion at me. I mean, sure. They play around a removal spell, but they do so in a way that misses a damage. Oh. Didn't really matter. And this is the sign that you're dead, by the way. When you're playing a creature deck and you have 4 creatures and your opponent starts sending a bolt upstairs, you're dead. The game is over. If only our opponent had Gataxian Probe. Bam. Stormbreath Dragon. Too strong. Okay. How are we sideboarding here? Probably just bringing in some more sweepers. We got a million more Angers and Ratchet Bombs because Todd Stevens is a crazy person. I think what I'm going to do is bring out the Chandras. Maybe not. Like, Chandra's normally bad when you're going to fall behind, but I have so much cheap removal that I want sources of card advantage. So I'm going to be trading early a lot. I think maybe the card that's bad is actually Draconic Roar. Okay. It's a 1-for-1 removal spell that doesn't really... that basically trades even on mana most of the time. And if I'm trying to be this super control deck with all these Ratchet Bombs and Angers, probably don't need as much 1-for-1 removal. So I'll just sideboard this upgrade. Keep these Chandras here. It's also possible that Ratchet Bomb is just too slow. I know Anger of the Gods is good, but against any freebooter or Thalia, this hand suffers a lot and is very slow. But Stormbreath is so good. It's also possible that they get a Champion of the Parish above Anger range before I get to Anger. This is the kind of hand that I'm a lot more apt to keep on the play. I think this is a mulligan. It's just too vulnerable. This hand's not great, but Ratchet Bomb is harder for them to disrupt. They need freebooter on turn 2. I guess a Thalia, but on 6, I think this is going to be a keep. Glorybringer's a little better than Stormbreath at catching us up too. I'm going to bottom that one. I just want to try to find cheap removal. The better your hand is, the better Thalia is, and it quickly becomes a lot, or better Chandra is. It quickly becomes a lot worse when you fall behind and don't have the cheap interaction to set it up. Another 5-drop is not exactly what I wanted. Okay. This is a Thalia. Auriok Champion. Okay. Not Thalia. That is a good sign. So now I play this Ratchet Bomb. They're probably less apt to even put a 1-drop into play if they have one with this Vial. And let me get the 2-for-1. This Auriok Champion, even though it's pro-red, like, it's just not going to do a lot. I guess if they have a bunch of lieutenants, if they can get a counter or 2 on it, then it's relevant. Then I might have to Ratchet Bomb for 2. Be careful not to F6 here because I want to put a counter on this bomb. Definitely not out of the woods yet. Opponent has a pretty strong start here with a Vial into 2-drop, 1-drop, and almost assuredly 2, maybe 3 more creatures added to the battlefield here. This might be an empty your hand on turn 3 kind of draw. Yeah, as long as their hand doesn't have multiple 3-drops in it, they will be emptying it this turn. Oh no. Ooh, the Sin Collector? I was Freebooter. I'd be okay with. I could Ratchet Bomb on 2. Now my Lightning Bolt is going away permanently, and that is no bueno. Okay. Pretty good spread of converted mana costs here against this Ratchet Bomb too. Not sure if Draconic Roar would have really been better at all. It would trade for the Noble, whereas Ratchet Bomb's going to trade for the Vial too. At the expense of 3 life for my opponent and 1 life for me from this Exalted trigger. Okay. Well, they're going to hope that I assume they're hoping I just pop this on 1 and they put another 2-drop into play and have 3 creatures. Ugh. And I'm not sure if that's the right way to go. Our opponent already has 3 lands in play that we don't have the Blood Moon to disrupt. They have plenty of mana to the point where I think this Vial might end up being a liability. And getting rid of the champion and discouraging extra 2-drops here is important. So I'm actually going to pass. The Noble's not really doing much of anything. Yeah, they don't add a 2-drop. Maybe they don't have one. And they go up to 3 here. Yeah, they're doing a good job against this Ratchet Bomb, which is kind of what I was worried about with it. It would have been a lot better on the play. But we are still at 18, and we're about to slam a whole bunch of dragons here. So some Mantis Rider. Yep. That's not good. That's a lot of pressure. I guess the Thunderbreak Regent does hold it off if they don't have a Reflector Mage. What are they casting here? Oh, gross. Now Thunderbreak Regent trades. Yeah, I guess I should have foreseen that. So now I am taking 10, going to 8. Okay. But we are going to deal with the champion and the lieutenant. And then play Thunderbreak Regent that can sort of check the rest of the board. I'm sort of hoping that they just attack the Mantis Rider so I don't get to eat a creature, I get to trade with it, and then hit 5th land for Glorybringer into Stormbreath. Ugh, that bolt would have been so much better last turn. Would have saved, I'd be at 12 right now, and this would just be gone. Okay, well, I'm going to make the mana efficient play and cast Thunderbreak Regent. I don't much care about giving them a life. I'd rather stop them from putting in another Thalia's Lieutenant here, or at least disincentivize it. I think they would do it anyway because of the way it sizes Mantis Rider and Sin Collector against my board. I'd have to trade for Sin Collector and go to 1 and hope to draw Anger of the Gods. Definitely can't beat a Reflector Mage. Okay, that's generally a good sign. It means I don't have it yet. Which is, now I'm probably dead. This needs to be a Mantis Rider. It is a Mantis Rider, okay. Well, now I get to survive at 1 by trading with the 4/4 Mantis Rider. And if I draw an Anger, I can do something. But it is Anger or bust. Yeah, needed that bolt in the other order. If I had the bolt last turn and I was at 12 here against this, and this Mantis Rider were already gone, I'd be in incredible shape, and now I'm virtually dead. Okay, Anger the Gods, please. And they play Vile. Okay, Anger. Skred. That is not going to do it. Just barely. They squeak this one in. Huh. So close. So close to stabilizing here. So I guess even if I was at 2, I would need another I would need a brick from them here. I don't know if they can. Yep, they have tapped their things correctly, and I'm dead. So Ratchet Bomb was slow there, but I think it'll be better on the play. And it's not like Draconic Roar would not have been very good. We just needed to find a hand that had more early interaction and didn't do it. And drew the bolt in the wrong order. So I'm just going to submit the same configuration and try to get a slightly faster draw here on the play. Also like Chandra a little bit more on the play. So we should be in good shape. This is the matchup that Todd and I played in the Versus video where he unveiled the deck. And he came out victorious. Definitely seems like it should be a good matchup when you have high density of good removal, hard to deal with threats that can also double as removal, and then Blood Moon to lock them out of the game is a strong combination. And a lot of cheap removal into a Blood Moon, hopefully on turn 3. This will be a keep. If they do not have a Vial here, they're going to have a tough time winning this one. And they have Mulligan to 5. And Skred to the bottom. So not looking good for our opponent. As long as I can make land drops here. Okay, what 1-drop do we have? Champion of the Parish. Excellent. That is more than Skredable here on turn 1. And there's our 3rd land. Now we have to be wary of Noble Hierarch, which gives them the ability to make non-red mana. Ooh, drew a basic. So they have 2 basics if they have the island. The island is the worst of the 2, though. It casts Phantasmal Image, and that's about it. Yeah, so we're going to put this trigger on the stack. I guess it doesn't really matter how we order this because you have so many Skreds, but I can Skred it here with the trigger on the stack. And then they get to look at my hand and see that I have a Blood Moon and a third land, which is bad news bears for them. Ooh, well, yeah, I guess they just wanted to save some time there. An anticlimactic game 3, but, you know, Humans is a deck that can struggle with Blood Moon. And that is a card that people play in Modern, a very powerful one. And if you're able to just keep the Battlefield clear on the early turns, which Skred Red is more than capable of doing with 8 1-mana removal spells and many sweepers, then, that's all you need. So game 1 certainly showed the power of Sarkin. It let us curve very effectively with our good 5-drops. Didn't need to filter with it at all, but the acceleration and the distraction of having a planeswalker that the opponent was attacking were both very helpful. Games 2 and 3, more normal Skred Red things. I fell a little bit too far behind with a slow draw in game 2, but had a very good draw game 3 against an unfortunate draw from my opponent and won the game going away. So another strong showing from Skred Dragons here, and maybe I was a little too dismissive of the deck when Todd first showed it to me, but we'll see going forward if more people pick it up and do well with it. So hope you enjoyed watching that one, and you can come back and see me on Friday. Bye.